So hello dear students, today we are going to start a very interesting experiment of physics and very important experiment of the physics lab, and that is a potentiometer experiment. The potentiometer is one of the very favorite instrument which is present in the physics lab and very nice instrument. The potentiometer, as we know, it can measure the EMF of the cells, the electromotive force of the cell, along with the internal resistance of the cell also. So dear students, first and foremost we will understand what is the aim of this experiment. The aim of this experiment is to compare the EMF of two cells using the potentiometer device. And the cells which we use will be what? There will be two cells which we are using. One is the Lagrange cell and the other one is the Daniell cell, right? Okay, along with that we will use a potentiometer, rheostat, key, battery eliminator, galvanometer and the jockey, right? Lagrange cell will be the wet cell. It will consist of the electrolyte. I will show you the Lagrange cell while doing the part 2 of this experiment, that is a practical setup. And then now students, let us understand the basic theory of this experiment. That suppose we get the EMF of the Lagrange cell is what? E1, and the EMF of the Daniell cell is E2, and using the potentiometer device we obtain the balancing lengths as L1 and L2 respectively. So we consider the fact here, the important fact, what is that? That is the potential gradient. The potential gradient will remain constant throughout this potentiometer wire. Potential gradient means what? Potential falling per unit length of the wire, that will remain same throughout the wire of the potentiometer. So using that fact, we derive this formula, that is what? E1 by E2, the ratio of the EMF of two cells is equals to L1 by L2, their balancing lengths, right? Now, dear students, let us look at the circuit diagram of this experiment. So, this experiment consists of the two circuits. One is the primary circuit and another is the secondary circuit here. So, in the primary circuit, we connect what? This black one, you can see, we connect two cells here. The Lagrange and the Daniell cells both are connected together. Their negative side, the negative terminal of these two cells is connected to this two-way key ACB, right? What is a two-way key here? That at a time, one terminal will remain common and the other we can take out. So suppose I take out the terminal B here, A and C will remain connected, so this cell E1 is going to work. Suppose if I take A out, then B and C will connected together and cell E2 is going to work, right? Along with at the C, this is the common terminal. With this we connect a jockey here with the galvanometer to obtain the null deflection in the galvanometer. Now the positive side of these two cells, the positive terminal of these two cells is connected back to this potentiometer device, and along with the potentiometer device we have the rheostat, we have the key and we have the driver cell. One very important part of this experiment is what? The EMF of this driver cell must be always greater than the EMF of these two cells, otherwise this circuit will not work. We have to keep the EMF of the driver cell always greater than these two cells, right? Okay, so now let us go towards the observation table. So in the observation table we have the readings. We have to obtain the balancing point of the Lagrange cell, then balance point of the Daniell cell, then we will calculate the ratio and then finally we will find the mean of this, right? So dear student, this is the part 1 of this experiment, right? Now we will go towards the practical part of this experiment, that is the part 2. Thank you so much. We will go towards the practical part now.
Start.
So dear students, let us start the part 2 of this experiment, that is a practical setup, right? So you can see this apparatus here, okay, all the apparatus are connected. So you can see what here, that this setup, the potentiometer, this is the potentiometer instrument we have, right? It is having these wires, okay, and this is the scale, right, measuring scale. Now along with this I have connected what these two cells. These are important one. This one is what? This brown one, this copper one. This is the what? This is the Daniell cell, dear students, right? Okay, in this we have the zinc electrode, right? Okay, now again this is what? This is basically what? Here the Lagrange cell is there. In this you can see this electrolyte, okay, which is there. This electrolyte is of the copper sulfate, right? And again this is also the zinc electrode here, right? Okay, and this one is the carbon electrode which is present here, right? Okay, the zinc electrode will act as a negative terminal here, dear students, and here also this is a zinc electrode. So you can see now, as I have explained in the diagram, both the negative terminals are taken together and they are connected to this, right? This is a two-way key, dear students, right? Okay, now in this two-way key, what is happening that if you connect any device, particular thing, that suppose I connect this, then this circuit is going to work. If I connect like this, right, then this Lagrangian circuit is going to work. This is a common terminal here, dear students. This one is a C terminal here, common terminal, right? This is connected to the galvanometer, you can see, and with the galvanometer, what I have done, I have connected one jockey here. You can see this jockey, right, which I will slide over this potentiometer. Right now, let us. This one is go towards the main circuit. In the main circuit, what is happening? There these two cells, right? Okay, their positive electrode of these two cells I have connected to this to this potentiometer null position right here, right? This position I have connected these two cells, right? Now with that, what I have connected one battery eliminator. This battery is there, okay, connected to these 2 volts, because the EMF of these two cells are always lesser than 2 volts. So that is why I am using 2 volts here. You can use 4 also, right? And with this battery eliminator, what I have done, I have connected the rheostat, dear students, and back to this potentiometer again. So this is the secondary circuit. Now let us perform the experiment, dear students, which will be the part 3 of this experiment, the main performing of this experiment. So now students, let us start the part 3 of this experiment. Right. So in the part 3 experiment, let us first perform first check that whether this circuit is correct or not. So what is happening that I have connected part 3. Okay. Yes. So here begin the part 3, dear students. You can see what that first of all I will check the circuit. Okay, so here what is happening that I will touch this jockey or this potentiometer wire at the one end of this wire like this, right? You can see the deflection in the galvanometer is falling one side, right? Okay, now I will do what? I will touch this same jockey over the other part of this wire, other end this potentiometer. Okay, the last wire, if I touch here, right, you can see that, okay, if I press the jockey over the potentiometer wire, you can see the galvanometer reading is showing in the opposite direction. Hence our circuit is correct. Suppose if you get the reading of if you get the deflection in only one direction, then there is a possibility, either there are 2 possibilities. One possibility is what, that there may be some loose connection which you have to tighten up. There is other possibility regarding the electrolyte, okay, of this particular cell. There is a possibility, or there is something, some problem is there in your cells, right? Okay, so you have to correct this, right? So now in this you can see our circuit is correct. So let us find the first null deflection, dear students, the balancing length of the first cell. So what I have done, firstly I am connecting what? I am connecting, you can see the Lagrangian cell here. So I will put this key in this two-way key. I will put this key. So now only the Lagrangian cell is working in the main device, right? This Daniell cell is not working. So let us just do the experiment. So I am going to touch this, press this jockey over the potentiometer wire, right? I am keep on pressing this. You can see the galvanometer deflection is only showing in one direction. I am changing my wire here, keep on changing. Number 3 I pressed, right? Then again I am pressing, then again I am pressing. You can see I am pressing this 5th wire here, right, of this particular potentiometer. You can see the deflection is changed in the opposite direction, right? So now that means the reading should come on this wire. So I will take the help of this device, a small mathematical instrument, okay, which is not compulsory, but here you can keep this experiment just to get the exact reading, because you can't read directly. There will be some parallax which can be there, right? So for that I will use this set square here, okay, to perform it. So now I will keep on sliding this over the this potentiometer wire, this jockey, right? And exactly when I reach at this point here, you can see the null deflection should come, right? This is now, it is also deflecting, right? But as I reach at this reading, okay, which is 585 here, look, you can look at. So you can look at this reading of 585. You can see that the null deflection is obtained in the galvanometer, dear students. Now how I measure this reading 585? You can see that what is happening, that this first wire will be of what, 100 centimeter, then 100, 104, then 400, right? Then what is happening? Okay, then back to this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I count this 5th wire here, this 5th wire, and from the beginning here, 1 to 85. So here, which I keep when I'm keeping the set square here, right? When I'm keeping the set square here, what you can see, The set square you have to keep like this here. What I can see, the null deflection here directly obtained in the galvanometer. So hence this reading is what? Our reading is 585. Okay. For this particular Lagrangian cell, our reading is 585. This is the first balancing point we have obtained, right? So we can write in the table now there that this our reading for the Lagrangian cell is what? That is the first balancing when we have obtained L1 is 585, dear students, right? Now we will perform the same experiment for the Daniell cell and start. Now for the Daniell cell, I will keep out this key and I will put inside the other terminal. Like this is the terminal number B, that is for the Daniell cell. So you can see now only Daniell cell is going to work. Lagrangian cell is actually not working now, right? Okay, so same thing I will repeat. I will keep on touching the jockey over the galvanometer. I will keep on pressing the jockey with the potentiometer wire, right, and find the null deflection. So when I press on the first wire, you can see I am not going to obtain the reading, right? It is on the one direction only. Second wire only one direction. Third wire also one direction. Fourth also one direction. Okay, if I go towards the fifth wire now, you can find that now the reading is actually shifted towards the other direction, right? So when I keep on shifting it, right, here, and when I go to the point, let's say, right, this is the 570 mark, okay, exactly, you can see that when the set square, with the set square I am seeing this, right, this one is the 570, the fifth wire 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, the fifth wire here, it is showing the reading what? 570 with the help of set square I am seeing this, right, exactly 570 I am getting. So at the 570 mark, the Daniell cell is showing the reading as what? That is a null deflection. That means the new balancing length for the Daniell cell will become of what? That will become 570, dear students. Right, this is the reading for the Daniell cell. Likewise, this you have to find the reading, right? The 4 or 5 readings. What you have to do now? Here you can see. Yes. What you have to do to find the next reading? You have to just slide this rheostat little bit and then find the Rax readings. As usual, you have to repeat the experiment. You have to find the 4 or 5 readings, right? So now, if you divide this, dear students, if you divide, you will find the ratio of this. So your first ratio becomes what? L1 by L2. If you divide that is what? 585. Okay, if you divide it by 570, you will get the ratio E1 and E2 of that is 1.02. Okay, which is very near to, that means the EMFs are very near to each other. That means our experiment is correct. This is the ratio which you obtained. Likewise, you can obtain the 4 and 5 ratios, and then your experiment is completed. So I hope, dear students, you like this experiment. Okay, and definitely you will follow the things which whatever is told to you in the experiment while doing the experiment. Thank you, dear students.